you sick and tired of doing smelly farts all day? Well, I think I might be able to help you. But first, let's get one thing straight. Everyone farts. Between 5 and 15 times a day, actually. Yes, even these important people with high-paying jobs fart. It's normal. However, if you fart a lot, or it's very smelly, that may possibly indicate you've got a health problem. So, what causes farts? Well, constipation can cause farts because poo contains bacteria, and if it sits in your colon for too long, then it starts to ferment. One of the symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome can be farting. If you've got food intolerances, for example celiac disease or lactose intolerance, that can cause you to fart. If you've got gastroesophageal reflux disease or GERD, that can cause farting. If you've got malabsorption problems, that might cause you to fart. Low stomach acid can cause you to fart. This is because if you don't have enough stomach acid, some of your food won't be digested, and then the bacteria will feed on it, and this will produce gas. Symptoms of low stomach acid include bloating, belching, farting, indigestion, diarrhea, constipation, chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue, rectal itching, acne, dry skin, and cracked fingernails. So if you've got some of those, it's possible you might have low stomach acid. You might also fart a lot if you've got a stomach illness, such as food poisoning, or if you've got abnormal gut microflora, such as small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Farting can also be caused by conditions that cause a blockage in the intestinal tract, which can include abdominal adhesions, abdominal hernia, colon cancer, and ovarian cancer. Childbirth, which affects the muscles and nerves around the anus, can cause new mothers to pass more gas for several months. There are also some medicines that can cause gas, such as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, some laxatives, some antifungal medicines, and statins. However, don't stop or change your medication without speaking to your doctor first. Also, you can get farts from simply swallowing air, so the air just goes down through your digestive system and then comes out the other end. If that's the case, it probably won't smell, which brings me on to my next point, which is that smelly farts are caused by 3 different sulfur-containing compounds. Methanethiol, which makes it smell like cabbage, hydrogen sulfide, which gives it a rotten egg smell, or dimethyl sulfide, which gives it a sweeter smell. So, how do you stop yourself from farting so much? Well, first of all, you could try eating slowly and more mindfully. So don't eat while doing other things. Sit down, relax, and chew your food thoroughly so it's more easily digested. There are also a whole load of gas-producing foods that you might want to try avoiding, such as the FODMAPs, which includes garlic, legumes, wheat, and onions. Also, other foods like sulfur-containing vegetables like kale, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli, beans and lentils, dairy including milk, cheese, ice cream and yogurt, especially if you're lactose intolerant, high-fat artificial and processed foods, and sugar-free gum and candies. This is due to the sweeteners such as sorbitol, mannitol and xylitol. However, it's important to note that many of the foods that cause flatulence are also good for you. For example, the cruciferous vegetables. In this sense, having a high normal amount of flatulence may simply be a sign that you're eating a healthy diet. Many people note that the amount of gas they pass increases when they decide to become healthier and add these foods to their diet. But you might want to check for food intolerances with an elimination diet. Gluten and dairy are the most common ones, so start there and eliminate those and see how you get on. If you're constipated, then it's well worth trying to treat that constipation, for example by increasing your fibre intake and also drinking more water between meals, because water helps the fibre to swell up. But avoid drinking water during meals because this dilutes the digestive juices and will make the digestive process more difficult. You might also want to try enzyme supplements. For example, there's one on the market called Beano, which includes a digestive enzyme called A-galactosidase, which helps digest beans and other troublesome foods. There's another one called Lactaid, which contains an enzyme called lactase that helps people with lactose intolerance digest dairy products like milk and cheese. It's also worth trying probiotics. These are friendly bacteria for your gut, but make sure you choose a high strength one with multiple strains of bacteria. If you think you've got low stomach acid, you might want to try lemon or apple cider vinegar to support your stomach acid levels. Don't chew gum, as it causes you to swallow air. If you smoke, try quitting smoking, because that can cause flatulence. Avoid carbonated beverages and those with high fructose corn syrup. Cut down on alcohol, especially beer, which is also carbonated. Avoid lying down immediately after eating. Exercise daily, as this can stimulate the digestive system, and a slow walk after a meal can also help. And you might want to increase your magnesium intake, as this helps keep the digestive system moving. Don't overdo it though, because if you have too much, that can actually make things worse. It's also worth reducing stress. Why? Well, firstly, stress alters the composition of the gut bacteria. This interaction is known as the gut-brain axis. Secondly, stress has been shown to affect food choices, including types and amounts of food eaten. You're less likely to make healthy food choices when you're stressed, and this may affect the function of the digestive system. So you might want to give mindfulness meditation a try, for example. And finally, there are also some herbs and spices that might help, such as fennel seed, cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, celery seed, cumin, licorice, caraway, peppermint, and orange peel. Okay, so the websites I got my information from for this video are Healthline, NHS, Dr. Jockers, Very Well Health, and Diets vs. Disease. And if you'd like to read more about any of this, I've put the links in the description. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, why not click the like button and maybe the subscribe button too. Until next time, I wish you the very best of health.